Okay, welcome. I think I have everything working right now. Okay, so welcome to the live stream. I have put the link in the chat to the companion guide just in case you didn't get the email or get it off of the description. Can't hear. Okay. Let's see, audio. Okay, I've never I've never done a live stream, so let me see. Hold on. I'm not sure why you can't hear me. Crap. It says I have. You can hear me? Okay. Yay. I'm not really sure. I've never done this before via this media, so bear with me if we have any technical difficulties, but welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm super excited to do this event tonight. I think it's a very auspicious time to set some intentions for the new year. I think this is a really powerful time, the energy of the new moon of 2023. The way we approach this new moon really sets the tone for how our new year will begin. If we have positive and thoughtful intentions as we go into the new year, we will most likely have a more thoughtful and calm new year. If we have negativity and chaos in the way we're approaching the new year, that's what we're going to bring in with us. So this new moon actually carries us into January. The next new moon is January 11th. So this is really a great time. Sagittarius is the influence that we're in right now and for the new moon, and that is really a time where we can transform our beliefs into plans and change our vibe, set a new outcome for the way that things have been. Maybe they've been great and you want to carry that into the new year. Maybe they've been a little negative. So, and you want to set some intentions to kind of change the things. So I want to just guide you through that tonight. I love any feedback. So, and like I said, I've never done this kind of event via this live stream. So any feedback that you have, I would love to hear. Let me see if I can get this to pull up. This is going to be the companion guidebook. You don't need to print this out. You can definitely follow along and do all the journaling and prompts and all that with your own notebook or journal or whatever you like to use. I like to do it in a journal, and then I can look back and keep adding to it as the time goes on, but it's totally up to you what you like to do. Okay. So I will introduce myself. My name is Ellice Campbell. I'm really excited to do this with you tonight. I am the founder of Ritual Roots. We're just starting out, but my journey started a long time ago. I was raised in a more, let's say, suppressive environment that kind of valued obedience and conformity over listening to your inner voice and following your instincts. So this has been a long journey for me, finding the let's say the finding my truth and being able to live by what I know is right inside of me rather than everyone else's influences influencing my decisions and the way I live my life. So I want to just share the practices and things that have really helped me on my journey, and I hope that they help you. So we will start. If you have any questions, I have the chat on so I can see them. I will do my best to answer as we go along, but let's go ahead and get started. I would like to start this with just kind of getting a little grounded. We'll do a little short meditation to kind of get in the right headspace to reflect on 2023. And then once we reflect on 2023, we're going to do a little visualization about dreaming big of where we want to go in the future. So let's all take a deep breath, sit back, get a comfortable position. We are going to just do a short meditation. I think it'll be good for me to calm down, slow down a little bit. So if you would like to just take a few deep breaths, close your eyes, and let's start by grounding ourselves. Find a comfortable position. Feel the support of the seat beneath you. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and then exhale slowly. As you breathe in, imagine your breath is filling your lungs with calm, clarity, and ease. As you exhale, release any stress, negativity, or uncertainty. Repeat this a few times, allowing your body to relax and your mind to become still. Now, imagine a warm, golden light above your head. This light represents the energy of the Sagittarius new moon, full of optimism and adventure. As you breathe in, visualize this light flowing down into your body, filling you with its vibrant energy. Feel its energy, vibrant and full of potential, illuminating the path ahead. This is the energy of new beginnings, of setting intentions, and of aligning with your highest purpose. Imagine the celestial energy flowing into you, filling you with a sense of purpose and clarity. It's the source that animates all forms of life and maintains the balance of the cosmos. As you breathe in, draw in this cosmic energy. As you breathe out, let go of any doubts or fears that may be holding you back. As this light fills you, feel it grounding you to the earth, connecting you with the energy of the universe. With each breath, feel this connection growing stronger and stronger, anchoring you in the present moment. Now, bring your attention to your heart center. Visualize a seed planted there, a symbol of your intentions for the coming year. As you breathe in, imagine these seeds sprouting, growing, and blossoming, guided by the energy of the new moon. As you breathe out, release any doubts or fears, trusting in the process of growth and transformation. As we cultivate clarity and purpose, remember that you are the author of your own story. You have the ability to co-create your life with the universe. Let this meditation be a reminder of your ability to shift, change, and evolve. Now, slowly bring your awareness back to your physical surroundings. Feel the ground beneath you. Listen to the sounds around you. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and then exhale slowly. When you are ready, gently open your eyes. Take a moment to sit with the feelings and intentions you've cultivated during this meditation. All right. So, yay, I hope everyone's a little bit more grounded and ready for our first reflection practice. So, the beginning of the event is going to be more reflecting and envisioning what we want for the future. And then we're going to take that vision and kind of set some intentions and how we want to bring that into the new year. So the first thing I would like to go over is what we think our top 5 accomplishments were for the year. Now, sometimes it's hard to remember all the good things that happened, and we only can remember all the crap that always happens. So I really want to get you to really think back, even if you have to go look at your calendar for a minute and be like, okay, what did I do in February that was great, or whatever. Just think of your top 5 accomplishments for this year. Don't have to overthink it. You didn't have to, write a book, but just the top things that you are proud of. This is going to keep being good. Okay. Now, because we are kind of limited on time, I am going to move through this kind of quickly, but I would like you to kind of keep reflecting on this. We have a few more weeks as the year draws upon us, and it's, these can change as you reflect more, and this can, be a little bit different. You can have a different perspective after, you start to really reflect on things. Oh, go back. Okay. So, what did you do well? So, did you really maintain that self-care practice that you set out to do at the beginning of the year? Did you read the books that you wanted to read? Like, what did you do well? What did you find? What brought you joy this year? Did you connect well with your family? Did you bury a grudge? And then just real quickly, right off the top of your head, how could 2024 be better? How can you build upon what you did well? Love it, Stephanie. Yay! Okay. And what gave you your biggest lessons in 2023? Even if it was a challenging thing, what did you learn from it? Because there's always that nugget of learning that we could find even in the most trying of times. And then what are you most grateful for in 2023? I love that. I think that's a challenge for all of us to graciously receive instead of overgive, especially as women. It's definitely a role that we've been taught to embody. All right, what was the hardest thing about your 2023? Same, Stephanie. My spiritual journey was awesome this year. All right, and then where do you want to improve your life? And we're just going to go through these kind of right off the top of our heads, let's just see where we are at, just not overthinking it, because I know that's something I do. So let's just go with our guts. Yeah, sometimes money isn't everything. It definitely, you have to pay your bills, but you have to decide how you want to live your life too. Okay, we are going to go to a little more reflections. Yes, yes. Okay, well, let's see if we can give you a little more clarity on what that might be. Okay. Um, let's do a little more reflecting. What are some bad habits that you need to stop? What do you think is hindering your growth? Is it overgiving? Is it self-sabotage? That's probably mine. That is definitely not something great. And what are any things that you regretted not doing in 2023? Where were those opportunities that you let slip? Yes, indeed. Love it. Okay. Memorable memorable moments of 2023. What was the most awesome moments of your 2023? I know I got to actually go spend a whole week with my mom, which doesn't usually happen. It's usually a day here, a day there, which was, I think, very therapeutic in a lot of ways. All right, let's go on to personal growth highlights of 2023. So, how have you grown? How have you changed? How have the changes impacted your life? Have you sustained those changes? Were they short lived? But what was the best personal growth highlight? And Stephanie, I love that you are interacting. It's awesome. Thank you. Should have used a different font because I can't really read this. Okay. Now let's think about some self-care. What were your favorite self-care activities that you did this year that you want to continue doing, hopefully, in the new year? Me was my morning routine. If I can get up, get grounded, set my intentions for the day, I definitely have a much, much better day than if I don't. All right. And let's see. What do you think? How do you want to be a better version of you? What does that better version of you look like? What does that better version of you act like? Love it. Okay. Let's see. Where are we at? We're doing pretty good on time, I think. Okay. Now this I want rapid fire. Don't overthink it. just, yes, 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 yes. Okay. Um, so I'm going to just read the prompts and I want you to write the first thing that comes to mind. So, I am a human being that loves blank. I'm a human being that loves blank. What do you love? All right, I am a human being that wants to blank. And if I'm going too fast, tell me and I'll slow down. We're doing pretty good on time, so you just let me know. Okay. I am a human being that is driven by all right. Yes, I love it. Okay. I am a human being that wants, oh, nope, lost my space. Okay. I'm a human being that is inspired by. Stephanie, I just need to give you a heart because I love it. You're so great. Oh no, come back. I don't see. Go back. Okay. Seriously. Let me just reopen it. Spy. Okay. Oof, thought I lost it for a minute. Okay. Give you a minute to catch up while I dealt with technology. Yes. Okay. I'm a human being that has a habit of and then next would be I am a human being that is happiest when. I would say one of my happiest moments is when the sun just beats down on your face and just warms you up. It's just amazing. I just love it. Okay. And then I am a human being that believes in. What do you believe in? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then I am a human being that would give blank. I love it, Stephanie. Okay. I am a human being that will one day And remember, we're just trying to, first thing that comes to your mind, write it down. Don't overthink it. And then we're going to go, I am a human being that has the goal of love it. I'm a human being that who notices. And doesn't, it's weird. I love it, Stephanie. I don't know if I gave you a heart, but it messed up the whole chat thing, so I'm just going to talk to you directly. Okay. I am a human being that is afraid of. This is our last one for this part, and then we're going to do our values. This is how we feel aligned. We feel like we're doing what we need to do. Okay. All right. Let's do this. I'm not going to read through all of this. This is just for your benefit later. We're just going to go quickly through all this. Okay. Now we're going to do clarifying values and priorities. I will read these out if that makes it easier, if not everyone downloaded this, and then you can just write it out. And this will help guide what you want your intentions to be going in, because if you can kind of align these, you're just going to have a lot more calm in your life despite when crap hits the fan, because you can better take care of it because you are aligned. Okay, I'm just rambling, just ignore me right now. Okay, so we're going to reflect on each question, but we're not going to take a lot of time on this because we have a lot to get through. So what are the top 3 aspects of your life that you consider most important? Is it your family, your career, your health, your growth, whatever the case may be, right at this moment, what are the top 3 things that are most important in your life? Mine right now is family, financial security, and my spirituality and creativity are kind of tying in together. So, but those are mine right now. That's what I am focused on this year. And when my goals and my intentions line up with that, then I just feel like I'm accomplishing a lot more, and not that I'm just stuck or I'm just spinning my wheels and just going through the motions, because that's a terrible way to live. Okay, sorry about that. All right, let's go to the next prompt. Reflect on a time when you felt generally happy and genuinely happy and fulfilled. What were the key elements that contributed to this feeling? I really need to make this bigger. Identify the experiences, activities, and values that made you feel content and satisfied. I hope y'all can read that better than I can read it. Okay. So when were you happy? When were you just full of joy? What were you doing? Who were you with? What were you experiencing? Were you by yourself? Were you in a group? Were you with your family? Were you being creative? I love it. And then once you think about that, what are some of the activities or pursuits that bring you a sense of purpose and meaning in your life? Do you volunteer? Do you commune with nature? Do you express yourself creatively? Do you do art or draw or write? What brings purpose to your life? Excuse me. Okay, if you had unlimited time, resources, and no fear of failure, what would you do? You didn't have to get up and go to work. You had all the time, money, freedom that you needed. What would you do? There's no boundaries, there's no limits other than those you place on yourself. How would you spend your time? I love it. All right. When you're facing difficult choices or dilemmas, what principles do you rely on to make those decisions? So, what guides you when you are facing something tough? Is it you want to remain honest in your dealings? Do you want to maintain a level of self respect and boundaries? Is that more important? Having compassion? So it's different for everybody. Love it. Stephanie, you're my soul sister, I think. Okay. Okay. So now that we've kind of went through what's important to us, what brings us joy, how are we actually spending our time? So are you spending time doing the things that bring you joy? Are you spending time on the things that fuel your spirit? I can definitely tell if I slack off on my meditation, or I don't do my yoga, or I just don't do my tarot cards. I definitely, my vibe is off. I'm cranky. So you can use the pie chart if you want, or you can just, are you spending 80% of your time at work, working for yourself or working for someone else? Does it fuel your spirit or does it drain your spirit? Is it an environment that you want to be in, or is it an environment that you settle for because it pays the bills? And no one can say whether it's right or wrong. You have to pay your bills, but you have to decide, if that's how you want to be. It's not for, you know, your husband or your mom or your dad or your sister or your brother or whoever, your best friend, to decide for you. If you don't enjoy it and it doesn't fuel your spirit, at some point you have to decide if that's a good trade-off, or if you want to find a way that you can get both. Right? Yes, I know, sadly. Denver is very expensive. Um, so what are some, just reflecting on that, and there's no judgment. You are the one who has to decide if that's the way you want it to be, or if there's shifts that you want to make. Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think? Are there any small shifts that you can do to more align with where you want to be living your life versus where you're currently living your life? And maybe it's, I'm going to go give a class about my passion, or I am going to, whatever it is, just one little thing that you can just look forward to that gives you that little bit of spark that gets you through those soul sucking days. Yes. So I know for me, I really had to decide how much I wanted to prioritize putting myself in an environment that I knew would lead to all sorts of problems in all sorts of areas of my life if I continue just to say the money is worth it. So that was kind of the shift for me. I had to kind of change. I mean, this was always my focus, but it wasn't paying the bills. And I had to kind of decide what kind of environment was going to facilitate me doing that shift internally. And it's been a struggle. It's definitely been a struggle. But, you know, I had to start somewhere where I was just going. Okay. So, next, let's think about which relationships, notes, the core values that guide your decisions. I guess you can't see this on the screen, only I can. Those if you want to just reiterate. So, have a list so you can just look at how you're spending your time, if it aligns with your values, and how you want to change it. And then below that, you can put the relationships that are most important to you. Are you treating those relationships like they're important to you? Are you fostering those relationships? Are you building on those relationships? Or are you kind of letting them fizzle because they're your tried and true and they're going to be there for you regardless? So I like to have this all on one little page because then you can put it up and you can just look at it and you can adjust it as needed, but it gives you a nice reminder of where you want to be, where you're going, where you're at, and how you can do those little shifts, even if it's just a little mindset shift every day. Just a little bit every day. It builds up a lot after a little while. Okay, now these are going to be, I'm going to go through these pretty quick because then we're going to do the future you visualization, and then we're going to start doing some intentions. So we've got about a little less than an hour, and so I want to get through this section in like the next, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. Yes. Okay. What are 5 things that bring you joy and purpose, and how can you incorporate them more into your life in 2024? So think about the things that you said back that brought you the joy and the things that brought you purpose to your life, and how can you bring more of that that into your life in 2024. And it doesn't have to be something big. Celebrate little successes. I think sometimes we set ourselves up to fail because, we're like, okay, I'm going to be president of my own company in like 6 months, and it just doesn't necessarily work that way. So, and then so we lose our focus, we lose our momentum, we just fizzle out. And so if we can just do those small incremental shifts and keep building upon those, just bring more joy, bring more purpose, a little bit at a time, it'll just build. Okay. Then, what is something that you've been wanting to learn or try, and how can you make time for it in 2024? Yes, so one of mine is getting more comfortable at public speaking because I have literally avoided this since high school. So I am really trying to improve my public speaking skills and be more vulnerable and not always think that what 2023 has taught me personally is that no one really gives it, excuse my language, shit about what you're doing. Like they're so wrapped up in themselves, they don't even know what's going on with you. And so you might as well just say, screw it and do whatever you want. Because really, like, I was so self-conscious for so long, and now I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, what are you gonna do? This is it. This is what you get. Oh, Stephanie, thank you so much. Oh, I love you. That's so great. You're gonna make me cry. Okay. We're going to the next page. What are some of my strengths and how can I use them to build my confidence and accomplish my goals? Now, I really want you to think about this from a different perspective because a lot of people think, you have to be aggressive, you have to be whatever. Those are strengths, not necessarily. I think empathy is a strength, and being able to connect with people is a strength. And how can you use your natural things, the things that you just take for granted because they come so easily to you? How can you use those to get where you want to be? Yes, I love it. Stephanie, you and me are going to definitely connect because, okay, I could read this better. I'm never using this font again. What are some ways that I can take care of my physical health? Oh my God. By getting enough sleep, eating well, and exercising regularly. Okay, how can you take care of yourself physically in the new year? What are things you want to commit to take care of your physical body? Yes, I know I have to. So, for a long time, I've been really rigid with my exercising. Either I'm like all in or I'm like, no. So I am trying to be more consistent, but more flexible. It doesn't have to be a workout video. Maybe I can just go spend some time in nature and take a walk. So that's how I'm committing, is putting less restriction and on myself in the new year. Yes, you definitely have to do some self-care in the new year, for sure. Okay, so Now, instead of looking at all that, we're going to start shifting our mindset and getting into where we want to be. Instead of focusing on what's not working where we're at, yes, let's start thinking about where we want to be. So let's do the Dreaming Without Limits practice, which is basically we're going to go and just really fast. If you could have anything in the world, in any of these areas, there is no limits, and you had the ideal life, what would you want for your career, in your relationships, in your health, for your finances, for travel, for your big dreams, like the big dreams, the dreams maybe you had when you were a kid that you've almost forgotten, those dreams. How can how do you want to incorporate that? And then hobbies and recreation, what do you want to do for fun? Because it can't always be work. Or how can you find work that is fun? And we're just do this really quick, and then we're going to do a little visualization before we start doing our intentions. All right. So, when you're thinking about your relationships, family, friends, partners, what about your health? How do you feel? How do you wake up in the morning? What are your finances like? I know my big is financial stability so I can have some more time freedom. That is the goal right now. And more travel, because it's time for a road trip. Yes. I love it. All right. Let's finish this up so we can do our visualization. Now, I really love meditation and visualization because I truly believe that if you can't see it in your mind's eye, it's going to be really hard to figure out how to make it happen in the real world. So, okay. Let's see. All right. So this is just actually the part of part 2. So let's do our future you visualization. And then we're kind of shifting our mindset, thinking about what we want the future to be. Okay. So go ahead and get comfortable. If you're sitting in a chair or something, just put your feet firmly on the floor. Feel the support beneath you. Close your eyes if you'd like. That helps you see with your mind's eye. Take a few deep breaths. Allow your body to relax. and your mind to become open and receptive. Now imagine yourself 5 years from now. You're living the life you envisioned in your Dreaming Without Limits practice that you just finished. What does your life look like? How does it feel? Allow yourself to fully immerse in this vision. Focus on your future self. How have you grown and changed? What accomplishments have you achieved? How have your relationships, health, spirituality, career, and finances evolved? Take a moment to appreciate this future vision of yourself. Now imagine that your future self has a message for you. This could be a piece of advice, a word of encouragement, or a reminder of your strengths and capabilities. Listen carefully to this message. Take a moment to hold this message in your heart. Feel the connection between your present self and your future self, and know that every step you take brings you closer to becoming this future version of yourself. Now slowly bring your awareness back to your physical surroundings. Feel the ground beneath you. Listen to the sounds around you. Take a deep breath, hold it for a moment, and exhale slowly. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. All right. I hope you liked the future you visualization. As we move forward, I want you to carry the message that your future you gave you and help that guide your intentions for the new year. Okay. So I like to think that goals are the destination on your map. Goals are where you want to go. X marks the spot for goals. While intentions are the compass that guide you along the way. How do you want to feel? Who do you want to be as you go for these goals? So that is really how I want you to focus as we go forward for the event is more. We're going to do goals towards the end, but I more want us to focus on how we want to feel, because I think that if we can focus on that and we can more align with feeling the way that we want to feel, it's a lot easier to get to the goals that we want to get. Because when we're fighting every day and it's just terrible, it's a lot harder to get where we want to go. This is just more for you to read. So goals and intentions, they're very complementary, obviously. The goals provide you direction and focus, while your intentions will guide your actions and your mindset along the way. Now, I think having intentions allow you to be more flexible and adapt to the changing circumstances while you're pursuing your goals, because things are going to happen. It's never a straight, smooth path to get where you want to be. There's always challenges. And I think sometimes challenges arise to just test how committed we really are to these goals. Because if we give up the first sign of trouble, then obviously we're probably not as committed to the goals as we thought we were. But if we have intention and that's more guiding us towards our goals, the goals may change if we're still living in with our intentions. And then I think when you balance both your goals and intentions, that gives you an overall well-being. Because if you are doing something that is against your core values or against how you intend or thoughtfully want to live your life, then you're obviously not going to be feeling great. That's going to show up in your body somewhere. Okay, so this is a fun exercise. You do not have to do it with the handout. You can obviously just write your grade or your rating for each category of life. But I think it's really fun to do it on this because you get a fun shape depending on where you have rated your different areas of life. So, and no one is balanced all the time. It's just not the nature of life. It doesn't happen that way. But it's when we can feel the most balance and we can feel that we are supported by the way that we live our life, not that we're always depleted by life. So you can either start wherever you want. I'm just going to go health, and you're going to rate from 1 to 10. So 1, obviously, you do not think is going super great. And 10, you love it. It is great. You're just going to keep on trucking. Okay. So each category of life, 1 to 10. Health, creativity, relationships, recreation, spirituality, career, finances, and personal growth. And this is going to be different for everyone. And this, healthy. Love it. Awesome. I am very lucky that I have fairly good health, but I also try to live a fairly supportive lifestyle, which definitely is great. Love, creativity, 7. Great. Love it. I do love, definitely need that creative outlet. Ooh, Stephanie, if you like to do creative stuff, would you want to do a surrender box workshop? It's super fun. You let me know. See, I love that. Those are all pretty high scores. Yes. Perfect. We will do it closer to the full moon. It's super fun. Right. I love it. Okay, we'll see. I think you're doing great. Just need a little shifts. Little shifts. Nothing is terrible. There's no ones out there, so I love that. Okay. So we went through and we already did our ideal life. We did our visualization. So let's go through and just go through your desires. What were those big dreams that you had for these different areas? I love it. Yes, that is putting yourself out there is scary for sure. But you know what? Yeah. What are you gonna do? You can't just always live small. That hurts your heart. Okay. So once you've got your desires down for all your different categories, then you're going to turn those into intentions. All right. So um, be specific and positive in the language that you use. Yes. So I want you to focus more on what you want to attract into your life rather than what you want to avoid. Okay, so what do you want to attract? I am, say, relationships. I am manifesting happiness naturally. I am connected to my partner. I am proactive rather than reactive. Whatever. Whatever you want your intention to be. And especially if, if there's one area that you really want to focus on, so say your career, really do a really clear intention for this that you can really internalize and really just have that bring you through when you're having those doubts and you're kind of shuffling and you're kind of talking yourself out of those moves that in your heart you want to make. So maybe I am pursuing my passion and purpose in my work. Whatever it is that you want to do. whatever it is you want to bring into your life. And then that final column is just for you to come back and adjust and realign once you have progressed, once you've grown, once you've learned new things about yourself, once you have put yourself out there. Right. Lots of different affirmations. Um, let's see. Now we're going to turn our intentions into affirmations. So, this is what you want an affirmation, a mantra, something that you can really help guide you. Which, oh, yeah, I thought, yes. Okay, so we're turning our intentions to affirmations. I love it. Aligned career, yes. And I really think, I don't necessarily think, I'm not one of those people that thinks like, oh, I'm going to just wish for it and everything is just going to happen for me. I think the universe hears you and put situations and people to help you grow into the person that you need to be to get those things. Yes. Yes. And identifying those limiting beliefs that we've picked up is so helpful. And one of my favorite sentences to do that is, depending on what you're talking about, you can adjust it to whatever. I would be farther along in my whatever if blank. So, if you want to try to do it for relationships, I would have stronger, healthier relationships if only blank. And that helps you kind of just figure out those limiting beliefs so that you can start deconstructing them. Because a lot of them we picked up from our parents and they're just not based in reality. Yes. I love it. Those are great, Stephanie. And one of the things that has really been helping me stay more aligned during the day, because for a long, long time, I had a problem with I would make these big plans and then I would never look at them again. I would spend hours and hours doing all of these plans and I would never look at them again. And so, what I've committed to doing, I've started doing it probably for, I don't know, about a month before I even get out of bed. I get up, I have my little notebook that I keep by my bed. I set my intentions for the day, how I want to feel, what I commit to doing for the day. And that before I look at my phone, before I get distracted by life, I do this practice and it has really helped me not get so far off track that I can't just take that quick detour and get back on the track. Corporate patriarch, I can't do it. I get it. That's why I can't do religion either. Yes, the patriarchal culture is terrible. And it is so pervasive. But, so it's girls gotta stick together. I love it. Okay. So, yes. All right. Let's do this next page. It's got like 20 minutes. I think we're pretty close to being done, but I want to just leave some time open for any questions or any follow-up that you want to cover. So, let's think about the future you. So that was 5 years into the future. So what were you doing in that future? Write those down. Write down what you were doing in your relationships, where you were at in your career, how was your health, all of those things in your long-term goals. Just write those down. What you envisioned for your future you. So those are going to be your long-term goals. Love it. That sounds awesome. For sure. I definitely miss living at the beach. Awesome. I'm just jumping ahead just so I can see what I got left in here. Oh, we still got a little bit, so yeah, we need to kind of hurry it up. I'm slow. Okay, let's go back. All right. So the goal of this exercise is to basically take that long-term vision, that the visualization that you saw yourself, take that message that your future you told you, and use that to craft your goals for the future, and then break those long-term goals into what you need to accomplish in different benchmarks along the way. You know, obviously things are going to change. You're going to have to be adaptable, but it's always good to have those guides, those map points that you want to get to, so you aren't just running around all willy-nilly. All right. We probably won't go through all of this super deep just because we're running short on time. But this is going to help you get more of a concrete action plan, get that clarity, get that purpose, so that you can really commit to your vision, not get derailed by other people's opinions on how you should live your life, because people always have them. Yes. And truly, truly, I really think it all starts with being able to look at yourself. Because if you can't reflect and see where you need to grow, it's really hard to see where things need to change. Because almost always the change starts with you. And I've seen it happen where you change and it's like a ripple. And other people around you feel like, oh, I can do this too. Or I can speak my truth, or I can do XYZ. And it starts with you being able to say, yes, okay, I can do this too. So do it. Okay, so for digging deeper, it's gonna just help you ask yourself why do you want to do this? What does it represent to you? Is it something that you really want, or is something that you are conditioned to believe that you want? Maybe you don't want to get married and have kids and 2.5 dogs or whatever. Cool. Then that doesn't need to be part of that vision. But you need to be real honest about what you want and what you're willing to sacrifice or do to get it. Okay. With each of those goals, it's helpful to identify what that core belief is, or what that core value is that that represents to you, because that's going to help you see, like, all right, is this aligning with the life I want to live? Because if these are my values, is this goal really what I want? And then, of course, exploring fears or limiting beliefs that might be holding you back. Go through and see, like, ask yourself that question for each one that you might really want to focus on. I would be further along in my career if it wasn't for blank. Go through, figure it out so that you can address it. All right, we already talked about doing your intentions, breaking down goals into actionable steps. That was kind of your 5 year. Then you break that down into your 3 year, 2 year, however you want to break it down. And then you just keep breaking it down all the way down to, okay, what do I need to do this week to just move the needle towards where I want to be? You don't have to expect yourself to, take over the world. It's just, where do you want to move the needle just a little bit? And if you can identify challenges that you could face and how you can overcome those, what practices you're going to do. I used to be very reactive. I would just react instead of sitting back, taking a deep breath, centering myself before I just got that attitude and started just reacting. So think about how you're going to overcome the challenges. What are you going to do when you get triggered? What are you going to do when something tests your resilience? What are you going to do when your plans are derailed? What are you going to do when you're disappointed? What are you going to do when the person who said they were going to do XYZ doesn't do it? How are you going to rely on yourself? How are you going to overcome these things? It's great to have different practices and different ways to do so. And then, of course, having a support system. It's great to have community. And I think one of the big things that I want to focus on with Ritual Roots is really building that community, because I think in our modern society, and especially with the internet, we're all connected no matter where we are, but are we really connected? And I think we've lost that sense of community, where religion used to provide that for us, where you would go and you'd meet all your neighbors and you'd commune together in reverence. And I think, for me personally, that was spoiled by a lot of hypocrisy. And so I don't want to find community in religion, but I think it's still missing in a lot of people's lives. And I would like to cultivate community a lot more. So that's one of my goals in 2024. Okay. So now we're going to talk about breaking down your intentions. I would say whatever area in your wheel of life you scored the lowest or lower that you want to focus on first, that's the one you should go through this exercise with. So if you want to be more aligned in your career, how are you going to accomplish that? What are the action steps you need to take? Is it you need to find out the different career options that you have to align with what you want? Um, do you need to figure out the business structure? Do you need to figure out a company to collaborate with? Like, how do you need to figure out those alignments? And then start breaking those down. Now, with deadlines, I've mixed, I think it's good to keep yourself accountable, but I also think it's good to give yourself grace because sometimes we have all sorts of high hopes and aspirations and then we fall short. And if we can give ourselves a little grace, it's a lot easier to just recommit, get where we want to be. All right. Um, yes, love it. And then celebrate your milestones. Too often we are on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing. Where do we need to go? Where we always striving and never just celebrating where we've come, how far we've come a lot of times, and the lessons in the journey along the way, because sometimes that's the best part. Okay, this is just a little sheet to help you work out your main focuses for the coming new year. That has it broken down to two. So I would say obviously your lowest scores on your wheel of life would be the ones that you want to focus on. So what's your intention? What are you going to call into your life and why? Okay. And then when are you starting it? How long do you think you're gonna have to, and this, I like this a little bit better than like a due date or a deadline, is how long do you think it's going to take to get you to the next step or to the next level that you want to be to? So, action plan, action steps, obstacles, and then you can track your progress. And once you get it done, what are you rewarding yourself with? Or maybe even give you rewards along the way. However you want to do it to keep yourself motivated is ideal. All right. Now these are more just for you to fill out on your own. I think to help you get a little more clarity. Maybe take a little more time doing these than we spent with the events, just because we're about out of time now. And this is going to help you kind of give you a little more clarity if you need to adjust any of those intentions or those goals that you want. Yay! Love it. But so there's these, and then there's some affirmations there if you need some, oh my goodness, my brain's a little tired now. If you need some, not motivation, inspiration. There it is. Okay. Here's some actionable steps that really will help you continue along your path and just, really give yourself some grace. It's my mantra for this year is show up, do my best, leave the rest. I'm really striving for progress over perfection because for so long I was stuck in that, well, it's not perfect, and so I can't do it because it's not perfect and I require perfection. And so it's very liberating just to kind of let that go. But Stephanie, I would love to connect with you more. You can email me here. You should be able to email me to wherever, but you can email me here, and I would love to set up yay. But email me there because I want to set up our surrender box thing. It'll be super fun. I think you'd like it. Here's the one I made, my first one. I'll just show you real quick because I have it right here. It's kind of dirty, but this is the surrender box that I made. Oh, here. Let's see if I can make myself better. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not great at this because this. Oh, hold on. I'm getting it. Watch. Browser. No. This one. Yay. Watch. I'll show you the box. Okay. There. So it's a surrender box, and then you put all the stuff you want to release into the world. So, but yeah, I would love to do that one day with you. So let's connect. And I really appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I think I would love to hear how your journey comes along and how your intentions play out. And if you would like to stay connected, I would love that. But all right, we're about out of time. Is there any questions that I could answer? No, no, no. All right. I think I'm going to call it. But feel free to reach out. Hey, absolutely. I will send out a recording if you signed up through Eventbrite. If you would like the recording, it should be on YouTube as well. So, all right, awesome. I'm going to call it a night. Have a wonderful evening. And thank you so much. Have a great day. Hey. Okay, good night.